Hard to believe it, but exactly 18 years ago Friday, LeBron James made his NBA debut. The Chosen One. That was the name right from the start. The pregame outfits changed as he went from impressionable teenager to a global icon with influence that extends well beyond the court. Given the hype around his arrival at the time, it was hard to believe that James could live up to the expectations. But he already has. And he's still going. In the twilight of his career, at least we think it's the twilight, his latest project might be his most difficult. Trying to lead a group of veterans, some of them still chasing that elusive ring, to a title that would be his fifth with his third franchise. James returns to the Lakers lineup Friday after missing 2 games with a sore ankle. Lakers hosted one of his former teams, Cavaliers, at Staples Center. They're off to a 2-3 start and the source of much anxiety here in Southern California. James has got it, knows what to do with it. Put him on the line as well. Lakers down 5 after the free throw, though. A few minutes later, they're down 6. Colin Sexton anticipates the pass, but keep an eye on James. Another one of those chase down blocks. Made a habit of those throughout his career. Under a minute to go in the first half. Lakers down 2. Russell Westbrook in transition. Leaves it for James. 15 points on 5 for 10 shooting in the first half for James. But it's 54 apiece at halftime. Third quarter. Tied at 56. Shot clock winding down. Now, we would say he pulled up from downtown, but Staples Center is in downtown. So this is from Santa Monica. 36 feet, actually. 1 for 10 from 3, but he made that one count. Lakers up by 3 heading into the fourth quarter. Haven't been secure with leads, though. Fourth quarter, they're up 2. James going pick and roll with Anthony Davis. Davis, a rather quiet night, 15 points and 9 boards. Less than a minute later, James keeps it himself this time, 26 points, 8 assists. Carmelo Anthony, a big night off the bench, 6 of 8 from 3. He had 24 points on 12 shots in 25 minutes. And James and the Lakers make the lead stick this time. Rookie Evan Mobley with 23 for the Cavaliers, but not nearly enough.
It's just a treat. I mean, to be able to play the game, for this long and play it at the level I'm able to play it at. It's just an honor and it's a treat, and I don't take it for granted. I mean, what I have 20. I had 25 in that first game. 25. So I had 26 in my first game. Yeah. So I just try to up myself. I'm getting better. Getting better with age. Just like wine. So but it is. It's a treat, and I would never forget that moment. Being an Arco and just putting that Cavs uniform on, that wine and gold for the first time and stepping on an NBA floor. It was just very unique, and I wish that moment on no other athlete ever.
Tip question, who are you more concerned about right now, Harden or Russ?
It has to be James Harden for the moment this time. Listen, he shoots career low numbers from the field and from three-point range. And there's no Kyrie. Kevin Durant needs you. Where the hell have you been? It's the APB out for James Harden. We can't find him right now. Russell Westbrook has the excuse of being on a new team. First year. Obviously, LeBron and Anthony Davis there, having to be that point guard, trying to learn how to fit in and find his way. That's what that's about. We don't know what the hell is wrong with James Harden right now. It's a bit befuddling, to say the least.
Definitely James Harden, and here's why. He's required to be the second best player on the Nets.
Yes.
On the Lakers, Russell Westbrook is required to be the third best player. So just that dynamic itself. And also, when Russell plays bad, it's because he's still giving effort. It's just 10 turnovers. When James Harden plays bad, it's because he's out of shape and or because he's injured. So it's definitely James Harden.
What do you think, Mike?
It's James Harden. And to Jalen's point, we have seen Russell Westbrook be Russell Westbrook without LeBron out there on the floor. My remedy for this is still to have him play but largely with the second unit. Because he can be Russell Westbrook. He's not incapable of being Russell Westbrook. Harden right now doesn't look capable. And you say, where is Stephen A? He's like somewhere in there. Even he has acknowledged this by saying he's not at that point of conditioning. That hamstring over the summer would not let him don't give him an excuse for now. It would not let him spend the amount of time getting in the kind of shape he needs to be in to be the point guard he was last season.
I'm sorry.
It's hard.
I'm sorry. I saw it too many times on Instagram, where the hell he was, where he was someplace there but the gym. All right, hamstrings seemed to be working just fine when he was traveling all over the place. I'm not going for that. That's number one. Number two, I believe in James Harden. This is a guy that averaged at least 25 a game for 8 straight years, at least 29 a game for 4 straight years. Back to back to back, 30-plus point games. He's got to get back to the Harden that was in Houston, start dancing on people and remind the people what an offensive juggernaut he is.
Right now he's averaging 16 points and only 3 free throws. Let me sort of posit this to change the dynamic. Right this minute, I agree with you that it's Harden. But in the big picture, I think we all know what James Harden's role is in Brooklyn, and we expect him to regain it. I'm not sure they're going to figure out what Russell Westbrook's role is in L.A., so in the long run, I think I'm more worried about
That's
him.
just stubbornness. If they can't figure out come on, these are smart people. I mean, LeBron is one of the great minds in the history of the game.
Absolutely.
Are you Frank Vogel has been accomplished other places? No, then that's on them. Then shame on them if they can't figure out how to use Russell.
He's going to become an incredibly important and productive piece of that team this year.
Yeah, Russell Westbrook's going to continue to be that, and you got to stagger his minutes, like Will Bond said, and to get him through the regular season. I want to go back to the Harden point. When you're not getting productivity from James Harden, it's because he's injured and out of shape. That's different from what you're unhappy about with Russ.
Yeah.
With Russ, he gives you effort
Yes.
and high turnover.
There's no dispute with the Russell angle. With the Harden angle, I'm not even disputing what you're saying there. I'm just saying I think it's incomplete. We got to add the potential of demoralization to the equation. You came to Brooklyn. You were anticipating being a big three. Remember, out of shape, Harden was still averaging a triple-double with 25 points per game. He was doing his thing. He goes to Brooklyn, okay, and this year you got the whole Kyrie situation. KD's there ready, but KD's getting little to no hope. Plus you've got the changing in the rules,
But it's still
the officiating, whatever. I'm just saying. I agree.
He knows what's in front of him.
I'm saying there's more of a reason to be concerned about Harden as opposed to Westbrook because of those reasons.
I want to go back to a word you said. You said Harden is used demoralization. No, he gets no excuses. It ain't got nothing to do with the rest. It ain't got nothing to do with Kyrie. His usage without Kyrie should be higher.
I agree.
Not lower.
Right. Unless you were looking forward to playing the point and not having to put in the work that you put in all those years in Houston and be that secondary dude. I agree. I agree. But I'm not saying it's an excuse. Let me be clear. Because I'm not going to excuse him. None of us are going to excuse him for it. But that doesn't negate the fact that it's a possible reason coupled with everything else you said. That's all I'm saying.
We're going to find out one way or the other as they work their way forward. We'll have them on Wednesday night. The Nets, and again, Russell Westbrook, the numbers, he's turning the ball over 6 times per game to go with 18 points. We have Tyler Hero coming your way tonight here on ESPN. The Heat, he's got 84 points off the bench this season. That is the most in the NBA. The Heat and the Hornet coming your way in about 20.
I'm firm on this one. So, best team in New York?
I will agree for you in the moment, right? Right now, if the Knicks and Nets are playing, I'm going with Knicks. But let's be real here. I think that the Nets are playing with house money. These guys that they have, Kevin Durant, James Harden, even LaMarcus Aldridge showed flashes. When push comes to shove, they're going to be capable of turning things on. And so I don't want to say, oh, they are the best. Like, in the moment, they are.